am here. I am here. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to light my incense. I hope everybody's doing well. One of them days, I did work today. Came home, took a nap. Just feeling like, you know what I'm saying? If I can get this incense out, I'll be okay. All right, here we go. We're still continuing our studies on sleep. I've been enjoying it, and I know y'all have too. Tomorrow, I'm going to start on the zodiacs again. I know it's the love month, but I'm going to come a little different. Y'all see it when you see it. So keep an eye out on that. If you're not a subscriber of my channel, please subscribe. All right, this is the book that we're learning from. Hi, Miss Rose. Yes, peace, peace, peace. Thank you for joining me tonight. So good to see you. Your Pocket Sleep Guide. Beat insomnia and gain a healthy sleep routine by Anthea Courtney. For those of you that want to invest in this book or look for it online. Okay? All right, tonight we're going to be on page 26, Seeking the Cause of Insomnia. All right, we're going to chime in. Yesterday, I cleaned up my workstation, and today, if you go look on TikTok, I made my I made a money bowl before, but this one I really put a lot of intention, amped it up some. I got a voodoo doll, which is me. It has my DNA on it. And I have all types of things in here. I have a lodestone with magnetic gold. Oh, it's a lot of things in here. Ancestor money, green rice, gold sequins. It's a lot of things in here. It's so much energy on this. Oils, everything. There's a lot of things on this, in this to attract money. So this is my first go with it. I did make it today, like an hour or so ago, and I can't wait till I can tell y'all how it blessed my life. Okay, I will probably, more than likely, I'll add this to my website, and what I'll do is, you'll get the doll and all the ingredients, a bowl, but everything will be packaged separately, and I'll have instructions on how to set up your bowl and charge and put your energy into your voodoo doll. Okay? So, looking forward to that. So, any questions, just let me know. All right. Nothing's in the bowl. We're going to go with clear, crisp sound to clear the atmosphere and to charge the atmosphere. Okay, great. All right, let's get right into it. Chapter 3. We're not going to be here long. This is a very short chapter. I'm going to read straight through. Chapter 3. Seeking the Cause of Insomnia. As we've seen, there are many possible causes of insomnia, not all of them emotional. It may be sensible, if you haven't already done so, to have a medical checkup with your doctor or a qualified complementary therapist. If you were referred to a sleep disorders clinic, you will be taken through a detailed questionnaire covering your medical history and general health, state of mind, relationships, past history, eating and drinking habits, and recent life, as well as your actual sleep patterns. Your sleeping arrangements are also important. You'd be asked where you sleep, with who, and about your relationship with that person, your sleeping partner. Hold on, y'all. No, no, no. I'm reading the wrong thing, y'all. That was last night. Okay, we're on chapter 4. I was like, wait a minute. The habit of insomnia. I got it. Chapter 4. All right, this is page 32. Please forgive me. All right. This one is very short too. Okay, chapter 4. Habit of insomnia. Whatever the cause or causes of your insomnia, sleeplessness is nearly always a symptom of some kind of disharmony in your daytime life. This disharmony may be mental, emotional, physical, or environmental, often a combination. But whatever it is, it needs to be faced and dealt with during the day. By the time you get to bed, it's really too late. Poor sleep can be exacerbated by bad eating and drinking habits, lack of exercise, and other physical and environmental factors, which contribute further to tension and stress. We'll be looking at all of these in due course. But since your physical habits usually reflect your view of yourself, let's look first at the mental and emotional side. The most important thing is to realize that you can do something. To decide what to do, you will need to look at your attitudes and lifestyle and possibly ask yourself a few questions. But once you start on a plan of action, you will not only improve your sleep pattern, but start creating for yourself a happier, more satisfying daytime life. As you read on, note what applies to you and what you personally can change. I'm sorry, y'all. Spirit telling me what cards I need to pull out tonight. I'm going to do y'all reading. Okay. Sleep and habit. If your insomnia has become severe enough or prolonged enough for you to be reading this book, then it is in part a habit. Perhaps alongside some other habits, like not looking after yourself well enough or postponing dealing with anxieties. And short-term insomnia can become long-term insomnia simply by acquiring the habit of expecting to sleep badly. Human beings are odd creatures. Most of us like to think we are independent, free-thinking spirits. Yet, a surprising amount of our behavior is totally conditioned, starting when we are very young. Most of our conditioning is helpful and life-supporting. It would be very inconvenient if every time you crossed the road, you had to relearn the desirability of looking both ways or what red, amber, and green lights mean. Unfortunately, the mechanical part of our brain absorbs other less helpful lessons, like associating bed with lying awake. It's common these days for the brain to be likened to a computer more vast and complex than any, yet built in, of course, with a capacity for original thought, but nonetheless a machine that obediently reproduces whatever programming is fed into it. Thus, a few people Hey sis, how are you? There's a few people are sleep hypochondriacs. Early in life, an over anxious parent has programmed them with the idea that without 8 hours solid sleep, their health will suffer. The computer part of the brain that has accepted this belief reacts with anxiety when those solid 8 hours aren't forthcoming, until the owner of the computer takes a fresh look at the old program and decides to delete it and feed in new up-to-date information. Jack D. Edinger said this: the sleep disorder insomnia is characterized by difficulties initiating, sustaining, or obtaining qualitative, qualitative, okay, I guess I'm saying it right, satisfying deep sleep that occurs despite adequate sleep opportunities, circumstances, and results in notable waking deficits. Okay, self-talk. The best way to break unhelpful habits is to start exchanging them for helpful ones. The first thing is to recognize in what particular ways your habitual thinking or behavior is keeping you in that sleepless groove. How do you talk to yourself and others about sleep? If you label yourself as an insomniac and tell yourself every time you head for bed that it'll take you ages to get to sleep, you are simply reinforcing the programming that keeps you awake. You can change some of that thinking now by telling yourself that you are now on the way to improving your sleep, and by no longer telling other people that you suffer from insomnia. In other words, I always say, change your mindset, change your life. All right? Be honest with yourself about this. Lots of people, quote unquote, enjoy their ailments. Ooh. Y'all hear that? I'm going to say it again. Be honest with yourself about this. Lots of people, quote unquote, enjoy their ailments. In some cases, this can be an excuse for avoiding things they don't want to do or even living a more fulfilled life. I would stress that this kind of pattern is very rarely deliberate. It's often another conditioned response, perhaps going back to a time when being ill got a child more of his mother's love and attention than when he or she was well. Never sleeping well may prevent people like this from facing up to other problems or taking on new ventures, which would mean change. That doesn't mean they are purposely choosing not to sleep, but it's possible that lack of sleep has secondary advantages, like making their families feel sorry for them. Wow. Check this out. Next paragraph. Could this apply to you? And if it does, do you really want to be someone others feel sorry for? Close your eyes and imagine for a moment telling your spouse or workmates, I slept wonderfully last night. How does that feel? Probably uncomfortable at this moment because it isn't true. How comfortable would it feel if it were true? Start noticing your habitual thoughts about insomnia. In particular, look out for sentences beginning, I always, quote unquote, or I never, quote unquote, or I know, quote unquote, for example. Here's an example. I always take hours to get to sleep, or I always wake up for hours in the middle of the night. These statements may not actually be true, although they feel true to you. As we've seen, most insomniacs overestimate how long they take to get to sleep or lie awake at night. You could make a start by recognizing that your perception of the amount of sleep you get may be inaccurate. All right? I'm never going to get to sleep tonight is another habitual statement, which is an excellent way of programming your brain to stay awake. I know I'll feel dreadful if I can't get to sleep. Of course, lack of sleep makes you tired, but you can also talk yourself into feeling worse. Wow. There are alternatives, such as telling yourself that even though you like more sleep, your body is still getting all the rest it needs. Make a game of catching these kinds of thoughts. It may help to write them down. Then try replacing your negative statements with positive ones. A good start might be, I'm now learning how to sleep better. Make your positive statements ones you can believe. Telling yourself, I am going to sleep perfectly tonight may not work, because at this point you probably won't believe it. And trying to convince yourself will set up further tension. I will take tonight as it comes. By trying this self-talk approach, you are putting less pressure on yourself to sleep, and you may be surprised by the results. Starting to change your self-talk can be a way of opening up other possibilities. Once you realize that you don't have to be a victim of your own thinking and reactions, all kinds of barriers can begin to crumble. Words have power. Use them wisely. A word about naps. For good sleepers, daytime naps can be beneficial and restorative. As we've seen, the human body clock actually seems built for sleep twice a day. However, while you are recovering a normal sleep pattern, naps are best avoided. The exception here would be parents of new babies who are not technically insomniac, but are getting broken nights. If you are elderly and the need for a daytime nap becomes overpowering, take it. But remember to allow for less sleep at night. Okay? And so these are two lists I have here, and we'll be done. The first one is changing the pattern. A popular way of treating insomnia today is a behavioral psychology method called stimulus control, which consists of retraining yourself to sleep by learning to associate bed and bedtime with sleep and sleep alone. This is the routine. Number 1, use your bed and bedroom for sleep only. Don't watch television, use your phone or other gadgets, listen to the radio, read, work, smoke, or eat in bed. Making love is, of course, permitted. Okay, y'all, I see you. Number 2, always get up at the same time, including weekends and holidays. Lie-ins may be tempting, but if you take more sleep than you need on Sunday morning, it'll be harder to get the sleep on Sunday night. If you find waking up really difficult, place your alarm clock on the other side of the room so that you have to get up to turn it off. Put the light on straight away, as light can stimulate wakefulness. Number 3, don't take naps during the day. You can overcome post-lunch sleepiness with some deep breathing or a quick walk around the block. A quick walk around the block. Number 4, don't go to bed until you are really sleepy. Number 5, if you don't fall asleep within 10 minutes, get up and do something else in another room. Don't go back to bed until you are ready to fall asleep. All right? Sleep assisting habits. These are a few further sleep assisting habits you can develop. Number 1, deal with specific anxieties during the day or in the early evening. Ms. Fullroller said, I think everyone has their own sleep pattern, which unfortunately does not line up with the way modern societies operate. Most workers don't have set schedules. That is correct. Absolutely. So that is why I like this book, because it's like telling us that our sleep patterns are really tailor made and custom made. You know what I'm saying? And making us aware of people that were drilled as young children. You need 8 hours. You need 8 hours. You need 8 hours. My mama was just like, her thing was, have your ass in the bed by such and such time. That was mama thing. So that wasn't drilled in my head. It was like, okay, it's gonna be a full day. I'm gonna have a lot to do, because my mom, I had a lot of responsibilities as a young lady. My mom worked 2 jobs. I took care of my baby sister. I cooked. I cleaned. You know what I'm saying? Back then we had a clothesline. We had to hang up stuff on the clothesline. You know, I that's why I have to catch myself now. I be just working like a little worker bee. I have to say, it's not like that no more, Ty. You sit your ass down. But that's what my mama put in me. But now I know, if I can ask people, if they say, oh, I have sleep issues, I can ask them, was that a thing in your childhood? Your mama, your daddy said, you need 8 hours of sleep so we can break that pattern. So I love that. Okay. Avoid stimulating foods. And this is a big one. Avoid stimulating foods and drinks in the evening. These include coffee, tea, and alcohol. Smoking is also a stimulant. If you can't give it up immediately, at least cut down, especially in the evening. Number 3, avoid stimulating activities late at night, including strenuous exercise, work, and arguments. Okay? Be like Mary J. Blige. No more drama. Get rid of the drama. Okay? Number 4, establish a winding down routine before you go to bed. Spend the last hour before bedtime preparing for sleep, including some relaxation and a warm bath. Okay? And we're going to talk about other winding down techniques in a later chapter. And number 5, make sure your bed is both well aired and comfortably warm. All right. Something that and that's it, y'all. That was quick. Something that I discovered now, I think, since I've been in the healthcare field, is that we sleep better when the temperature is slightly cooler. If you like it extra warm in your house, when you go to sleep, you need to make your temperature slightly cooler, because the body sleeps better that way. Something that I tried when my back went out, and I'm addicted to it now, but oh my gosh, I get the best sleep. Bring the temperature down so it's cool in our home, and I turn on my heating pad. I put it on that low temperature, and it's cool in here with the heating pad. Oh my God. You talking about sleeping like a baby? And I just think it's good for my body overall. I told y'all, when I was going through in Ohio, I would get up and I feel kind of stiff. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm too young to be feeling stiff when I wake up. So there's some things that I had to change. And some, I added some supplements, of course. And I don't wake up stiff anymore. But that heating pad with that temperature, y'all, that's about better than sex and food for me. So, now coffee, I can drink coffee and go right to sleep. Okay, I'm built backwards. But if I'm going to do that, if I have a taste for coffee, I have 1 cup of coffee in the morning every day, which is great. My doctor told me when I was dealing with migraines that actually helped the migraine. So, and I don't use regular sugar. I don't put a lot of sugar in it, but I do like creamer and things. But it's been working well for me. But if I want to drink it during the day, another cup or so, I drink it like in the afternoon or late afternoon, but not late at night. But it makes me go right to sleep. I always take a shower at night. Take me a nice shower. And y'all know I got the oils to help. I got all that good stuff. the oils and everything. And since it's been so dry and cold outside, I usually kind of spray my hair and my locks, and I put in, whatever oils I'm putting in my body. Usually have essential oils. I just massage it into my scalp. And those, if you have like real dry areas on your body, make sure, like, just my, like where my calves and stuff are, I make sure I really moisturize and massage the oil in as well. You want to make sure that you feel clean and comfortable, and just kind of carefree before you go to bed. Also, what is it that you like to sleep in? It maybe that's contributing to you not being able to sleep. Maybe you need to sleep in a little less clothing. I learned, my African boyfriend told me, this is good for men. If a man sleeps without clothes, that's good for his prostate. Prostrate. That's what he told me. I know with certain materials, like I got on my nightgown under here, I like little, it's not quite silk, but it's kind of rayon or whatever and thin. I don't like to sweat when I sleep. I have to wear that to bed, okay? And, it's your preference if you wear something under that or whatever or not, okay? I prefer to be free under my clothes. I just put it like that. So just do some adjusting. But the main thing that we learned tonight is changing the way you speak about your sleep pattern. I would have never expected that. That was mind blowing. And that is true. Whatever we speak, that's what we manifest. What y'all say? She said sodas too. Room temperature makes a difference too, and is an individual thing. Absolutely. Some of us also need the room blacked out as well. Yes. I don't know. For me, when I was going through a very depressed, I'm glad you brought that up, sis. When I was going through a very depressing time, during my separation, I would have to have the room blacked out. And it's probably because I was having those bad migraines as well. And I could sleep. I didn't want to see a crack of light or anything. It just disrupted my soul. I couldn't sleep. But that was a matter of the things that was going on, the depression and all of that. But now, if the lights are off, I could have like, a little light on like this or a candle burning or something like that. And I could still go to sleep. So you have to also gauge your environment. Is it stressful? That's one of the main things. Is your environment conducive to you having a healthy sleep pattern? Are you safe? That's the main thing. Or are you in the atmosphere that may be abusive? If it is, please seek help immediately. Okay? Nobody deserves to be in an abusive, dangerous situation. Okay? So just start to look at your atmosphere and all of that. Some people live in, situations are not as fortunate as others. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It will make me sad. It just depends. Okay? So whatever your situation is, tonight lesson is be careful what you speak. Speak out what you want to manifest. You can't continue to feed that insomniac spirit if it is that. We want you to have a healthy sleep pattern. And you may say, why is it so important? When, especially, getting older, our bodies, that we need that. We need good sleep. So we can, stay as strong and have longevity for as long as we can have it. And a lot of us take prescriptions, take medications. There's a lot of things tied into our sleep. So please, please, take heed to our lesson tonight and begin to just do a checklist of the pros and the cons of your sleep patterns. Okay. She said, once I reduced the stress down to very little, my sleep improved, and those week-long no sleep episodes stopped. And that's major, because she said she would go days without sleep. And to hear that she's doing so much better and she was able to take on natural alternatives really, really says a lot about our mindset and how we treat ourselves. Okay, y'all, I'm done. I don't even know what Spirit wants to do, but I have my character deck, my character oracle for reading tonight. What is it that you want to say to us tonight? Where's the lesson? What is the message? Okay, I have several cards here. I have 9 cards. What I'm hearing in my spirit as I share these cards with you and you're watching, and this is confirmation that this message is for you, that this teaching is specifically for you. Okay, singer, Renaissance, moving hearts, harmony, emotion, performance. If you're a singer and you've been dealing with crazy sleep pattern, maybe you do it for a living, maybe you do concerts and you travel, you go on tour or whatever, please consult with Spirit about your sleep pattern so that you can be healthier. Okay, I'm sensing that you have some health problems, and it's because you're not able to get the proper sleep. I didn't know what Spirit's gonna do with this. Okay, soldier. Okay, guardian of nations, loyalty, honor, integrity, selfless service. The first thing that popped in my mind, first I want to thank you for being of service to our country. No amount of money, no amount of awards, or anything that we can do in a beautiful way can repay you for the things that you have given to our country. And I personally want to say thank you. Okay? So the first thing that comes up in my mind from a soldier is the PTSD. And, those that have suffered from being in war or being of service, maybe you have a disability now. Okay? Please take heed to these teachings and ask Spirit how you can apply it to your life so that you can have a better quality of life. Athlete, seeker of vitality, exercise, life, strength, and speed. Okay? This goes two ways. If you are suffering from insomnia, not being able to sleep, what are you doing as an athlete now? Are you pushing yourself too hard, or are you not exercising enough? Maybe you had a ritual where you're exercising and working out and things like that. I want you to balance the scale. Are you doing too much or are you doing too little? Okay? Only you know. Look at your life, be honest with yourself, and apply what we're learning from these teachings. Bartender, master of libations, small talker, alleviator. I mean, hey, it's that guy, it's that girl that like to mix up stuff, alcoholic beverages, and those that want that drink, they come get their little drink or whatever. So the first thing that comes to me about a bartender is the late night hours, okay? And you deal with a lot of stress. Once people get alcohol in them and they overdrink, what happens? You're dealing with a lot of drunks at that point. You're on your feet all day. You're dealing with listening to everybody's problems. And if you are having problems sleeping, maybe you need to adjust your work schedule. If you can't adjust your work schedule, maybe you're a bartender at night, you go to school during the day, for whatever reason. When you go to sleep, when you sleep, that should be your most sacred time. Okay? Please do not neglect yourself from the proper rest and the proper sleep. Also, I hear being a bartender in the right places, you can make some really good money. Don't let money be the driving factor as to why you're not taking care of yourself and sleeping well. Okay? She says sleep is the number one healer. Medicine, weight management, etc. Absolutely. She said, I don't care what nobody says. Sleep is important in big letters. I can't stress that enough. Absolutely. She's just confirming what I'm saying with these cards. So bartender, do what you need to do. Okay? Take care of yourself. All right? Oh, I was saying that, that money could be good. Thank you, Spirit. Make sure you have the proper number of days off and you take advantage of those days off. Don't work on your days off, okay? King, sovereign of realms, monarch, authority, rule, inheritance. Hey, it may be somebody that is a king in their country. You may be a spiritual king. Or Spirit is telling you, treat yourself like a king. All right? And get your sleep. You need that. This is your kingdom. All right? And I'm going to talk to the queen too. This is your kingdom. This is your queendom. You have to rule well. And you can't rule the things that Spirit has invested into your hand if your judgment is cloudy. That's a dangerous place to be. I consider myself a queen. Tayi means queen. Tayi was an Egyptian queen. And when I look at that, and I look at that embodiment of who she is, what she represented, all the things that she was responsible for, if I am to embody that, I have to make sure I treat myself as such. Okay? Royalty. We're royalty, and we have to treat ourselves as such. Okay? Guide, navigator, progress, direction. When I think about somebody being a guide, I'm thinking about the pastor. I'm thinking about the mentor, the coach, the therapist, the psychiatrist, the psychologist. Those that help people and guide them through life. Talking about the bishop. I'm talking about church, the bishop, the pastor, the first lady, the Sunday school. Listen, all of y'all matter. And what I'm hearing in my spirit, and me having years and years of experience of that, a lot of things that interrupt our sleep when it comes to walking in that place is we worry about our clients. And we know we're not supposed to, but a lot of people, we carry the bed with us. How do we fix this? How do we deal with this? Do more of your spiritual work. Do more of your cleansing. Do more of your shadow work. A diviner, you want to pronounce it. Seer of the unseen, foresight, insight, cosmic connection. Definitely talking to me. Very important that I get my sleep. Why? So I won't have clouded judgment. When I pick up these cards, when somebody calls for insight, spiritual insight from me, I got to have clear judgment. Okay? And I deal with so much energy if I don't keep my immune system strong. Okay? These energies can filtrate and it can make me physically sick. So sleep is very important to those of us that are spiritual advisors, so on and so forth. I love how Spirit is breaking this down. Okay, we mentioned this. Elder. Ooh. Sis said health is not well. Let me go back. She said, what good is it to make all that money that you will have to turn around and give it right back to the doctor because you're sick? Come on. Because at the end of the day, it don't mean a hill of bean because you can't enjoy it because you're sick. Come on and preach. Then she said, health is not wealth. It is priceless in big letters. Without your health, you can't get all that other stuff you chasing after. Period. All right? Woo, you preaching tonight, girl. Come on and teach the class. Come on, come on, come on. Elder. Wisdom bearer, experience, tradition, kindness, and health. If you are an elder, okay, we need you here. We need you healthy because we need that wisdom. All right? And also, this is telling me, as we go day by day by day, we're getting older. Okay? We're becoming more mature. Our body is, what's the word I'm looking for? Aging. Our bodies is aging. We can age quickly or we can age gracefully. If we take the time and make sure and evaluate our sleep patterns and be obedient to what Spirit is telling us, we can all age gracefully. And we won't have to deal with some of the ailments that, people expect to deal with in their older age. Okay? Spirit may just bless you real good and reward you. Will reward you for being obedient and make sure you're taking care of yourself and getting the proper rest. And last but not least, vendor, merchant, retailer, individual, entrepreneur. I'm in there. Okay? You got to get that sleep. Why? Especially if you're an entrepreneur. And if you're a manager of a store and everything, you got to manage the money, you got to manage the employees and all of that. Any major mistakes, because I've been in the assistant manager role for department stores, for clothing stores, we had to make sure our money right. We had to make sure that everything runs smoothly. Anything major could cost us our job or possibly a lawsuit. So yes, we need you on point. Entrepreneurs, I used to be up all night long, working, gathering ideas, all of that. It's okay every now and then. All right, because it'll hit you like that. You may be up all night. Just make sure that you get proper rest when it's time to lay your head down on that pillow. And sometimes you may have a project that keeps you up all week long. You may not get, maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep here and there. But as long as you get 6 hours, you good. But if you don't get that full 6 hours because you're trying to complete this project, figure it out. Maybe a little cat nap during the day or whatever. But please don't go past a week just working like a workhorse. In order to be effective as an entrepreneur, if you go to a normal 9 to 5, is sleep. Sleep is the core of everything. Like Sis says, it's not our wealth, it's priceless. We can't even put a price on our health. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're healthy and you do what needs to be done, man, you're going to save a lot of money. It's going to just bless your quality of life. And I can say that. I can really say that for myself. I really, really take pride and also take my health seriously. For instance, my daughter, she's a breastfed baby. She gets sick once a year. And when she gets sick, it's really bad. Okay, sometimes she skip a year, whatever. But that breast milk made a difference with um her health. Also, she's a night owl. She can't help that. I was up when I was It's just, but she rationed it out. I think she probably gets her 4 to 6 hours, but she's up late and she's flowing and she's a workaholic. But she rationed out her not ration I should say. She's figured out her schedule, a way to get the proper sleep and be healthy. Now, some things that she want to tighten up on. Um, but what I was going to say with that, my daughter walking around here with the flu. And because I built my immune system up, I do what I need to do and everything, I was able to help take care of her and not get sick. I felt a little skit in my throat a few times. I knew what to do, knocked it right out. I was like, I can't be sick. Both of us can't be sick in here. And I'm grateful for that. All right. She said, I guess that elder card is for me. My second Saturn return is next year. The second Saturn return is considered entry into the elder cycle. Wow. That's powerful. That just gave me chills. Yes, ma'am. That made me emotional, sis. Okay. Wasn't that? Wow. Thank you for sharing that. That's phenomenal. Um, wasn't that beautiful how Spirit did this? Cards are beautiful. I was like, huh? Get my character card. Y'all see me stop. I was teaching and I was like, Spirit said, get the character card. You're going to do a reading. I'm like, with the character cards? Okay. It all ties in together. You can't lose with the stuff you use. All right. So I am done. I will see y'all on Monday. And we're going to continue on with our teaching. Again, I want to thank everybody. I made this. I showed this in the beginning. I made this this money bowl today. I posted it. I promise you. I posted it within less than 5 minutes on TikTok. I had 700 views. Within that was less than 5 minutes. Then 5 minutes, I was up to 1,200 views. I don't know where it is now. Last I looked, it was almost 1,700 views, and it haven't even been up for like 3 hours yet. So y'all like my little witchy stuff, and I really appreciate that. So, I created this. It has the lodestone in it. With the magnetic gold, I made some prosperity rice, salt. It's a lot of stuff in here. I have ancestor money. I have dried citrus, everything. I have a seashell to honor you, my Yah. A crown because I am a queen. It's so much, and it's so much energy. And I put my DNA on this voodoo doll and stuck it in here because there's things that I want to see accomplished and manifesting by the spring. Most likely, I will add this to my website if y'all interested. I just need to price it and get what I need so y'all can, put it together. You'll get the bowl and all the ingredients will be individually packed. And I'll send instructions on how to charge and set up your bowl. Okay? All right. And I'll add a picture of this on our community part of the of my channel. Okay? So that's where I'm at, y'all. Like I said, one of my jobs I probably won't go back to. I'll keep working with my my elders, my CNA, but I've been saying that I want to go into my spiritual work full time, and it's happening. So I just got to keep putting in the work and keep showing up. That's what it's all about. Any questions, any comments? My goal tomorrow is to do my zodiac readings. I haven't done those in a while for YouTube. My daughter's coming back and telling me that a few of her friends and people that she's connected to, young people in that mid and late 30s, mid and late 20s, early 30s, they're watching me. So I had a few of them come to me for reading, and they're coming. The young people are coming. The millennials. If I can reach the millennials, I know I'm talking good. Cause y'all know the millennials, you really got to be special if they want to connect with you and listen to what you have to say. And I thank God, I thank the Creator for that anointing, for that blessing. Okay, everybody, all good, wonderful. All right, we're gonna chime out. I love y'all. I'm gonna go take me a shower, drink me some water. Um, Today was pretty good. Today was pretty good, and I enjoyed sharing with y'all tonight. All right. Okay. Have a blessed night. Nothing's in here. Just clear, crisp sound. Okay, chime it out. Ashe. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Love y'all much. Bye-bye.